Hello, this is question 5 on your June 2022 AS level paper from Edexcel. So you have the mass A of algae in a small pond is modeled by this equation, where P and Q are constants and T is the number of weeks after the mass of algae was first recorded. Data recorded indicates that there is a linear relationship between T and log A given by this equation. And we have to use this relationship to find a complete equation from the model in this form. So we have a connection between T and log A, and we need a connection between A and T. Yeah. So what we are going to do is to work with this equation, removing the log. For that, we know that log A. So let me write it here again. So I have log A. I'm not going to write the 10. Because the base, because it's 10, is 0.03t plus 0.5. 0.03t plus 0.5. This means that A is going to be 10, my base, to 0.03t plus 0.5. And now I just use the index laws. So I know this is going to be 10 to the power of 0.03t times 10 to the power of 0.5. And this bit here is the same as having 10 to the power of 0.03 to the power of t. Remember, we multiply the exponents in that case. And now it looks like what we need. So we have a number here that is going to be my p, and then another number here, which is going to be my q to the power of t. Yeah, so this is p, this is q. We just need to find p and q for significant figures. So p is going to be 10 to the power of 0.5. You do that with a calculator, and then you have 3.16227. When you round to first significant figures, is 3.162. And Q is going to be 10 to the power of 0.03. This is 1.0715. Rounded to four significant figures, 1.072. So these are my values of P and Q, which means really that my model is going to be P, so 3.162 times Q, 1.072 to the power of T. Yeah, that's for wherever they ask after. Then they say, with reference to the model, interpret the value of the constant P. So P is this value here. This value here happens when t is 0, because when t is 0, all this is 1. So when t is 0, this is the initial amount of algae that I have. So for B, A or P is the initial amount of algae, is initial amount. And that's going to be the case in all the models, exponential models like this one. Initial amount of. And then the second part, they say, what means interpret the value of the constant Q. So Q, if you see the model, is how much it increased every week. So it's the increase per week, or the ratio between 1 week and the next one, if you want to say it that way. So it's increase per week, or in the algae population. So think that you are multiplying by 1.072, which means that it's increasing at 7.2% every week. But this is that increase per week. Then C, find according to the model the mass of algae in the pond after when T is 8, and we have to give answer to nearest 0.5 kilograms. So when T is 8, I have my model here. I just have to substitute T by 8. So A is going to be this times this. So for C, the first one, the algae when T is 8 is going to, what was that? No, 3.162. 3.162 times 1.072 to the power of 8. And you do that and have 5.4954. We have to give the answer to the nearest kilogram, half a kilogram, so it's going to be 5.5 kilograms. In all the questions that you have units, please give your answers with the units. The second part says number of weeks it takes for the mass of algae in the pond to reach 4 kilograms. So now I have that A is 4 and I need to find T. I would use this expression, or if you want, you can use this one because T is easier to find. And it's the same, they're equivalent. So I'm going to do log 4 is going to be 0.03 T plus 0.5. So the expressions are the same. So this one is slightly easier. Log 4 is going to be, what do we say? 0.03 T, and I need to find the T plus 0.5. So from here, T is 3.4019. They don't tell me what to round to. They say number of weeks. So I'm going to round to 1 decimal place, for example. So 3.4 weeks. And the last thing they ask, and this is quite a common question in this type of problems, is state one reason why this may not be a realistic model in the long term. This is exponential growth. That means that it will keep growing and growing and growing. So at the end, it's not what happens probably in real life, because there will be other circumstances that will affect. So this predicts like unlimited growth, which is not realistic probably. Yeah. And that's it with this exam question.